The Funky Podcast. The Funky Podcast. We're doing a podcast. The Funky Podcast.
Yeah.
What are we going to talk about? Funky Podcast.
Yeah.
The Funky Podcast.
You're...
Funky Podcast.
Oh, wow.
Whoa, ho, ho.
Funky podcast. Jeez.
Yeah. The Funky Podcast.
Welcome to the Funky Podcast. My name is Kieran.
My name is Spartacus, but I typically go by Sean.
Okay, and we are going to do a podcast. Welcome to the Funky Podcast. Today on this Funky Podcast, we are going to talk about unmade movies, actually.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of movies. I've seen at least 2 movies, possibly more.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, no, very incredible.
These ones you haven't seen at all.
Yeah, no, if you've seen them, then you are from an alternate timeline. And,
Yeah.
should, as such, be investigated by scientists.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so let's go. Do you want to start with your first one?
You go first. I'm shit at intros.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think I am anyway.
Okay, so the first movie, the unmade film that I am going to mention is probably Treasure Planet 2. Have you seen the film Treasure Planet, Sean?
I haven't, but I do know it's like it's like the big quote unquote cult classic film by Disney.
Yeah, so it's a movie that was kind of, it did well critically, kind of, but it flopped all across the board. I wasn't sure why, because it is very, very good, and if you haven't seen it, it's very good. I won't get into too much of the plot. It's just very sort of young boy kind of has heroic dreams and goes off on a pirate ship, and all these different creatures are in it, and it's really about relationships and stuff like that. It's a beautifully animated movie. It's one of my favorites. It's really, really, really good. Highly recommend it. I saw it when I was a kid. It was on video and stuff like that, and I got to revisit it because it's on Disney Plus. So it's a great way for it to kind of gain new fans. But the fandom for it are completely insane, really, really insane. They've edited things that could literally do look like the second film, and I don't know, they were in production on the film. They were ready to go. They were doing concepts. They had voice actors picked out. I believe Willem Dafoe was involved.
Yeah.
And yeah, it fell through. So yeah, it's crazy. It's very, very crazy.
Did they were they starting pre-production on this before the first one came out?
I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't have all the facts. I just know that it did look incredible, and they probably did. It was probably just as it came out, they were ready to go with it, and obviously doing concepts and stuff like that, and they definitely were doing further adventures with this character and these characters. It does leave it off a little bit with the first movie. It does leave off a sort of vibe that they will revisit this world again, and the ending, it does give up a vibe that you will see these people again, but we never did. And you know what, it's fine, because we have one very, very great film, and I'm highly impressed with that. So
Yeah, no, I think it's the kind of film that I honestly think nowadays, since there's the fan base built in already right now, assuming the people involved want to do it, they could honestly probably come back and do it for maybe a Disney Plus series, something. I'm thinking at least something straight onto Disney Plus, because then it's a bit lower stakes. If it doesn't take off, it's not as big of a failure.
Yeah.
And if it does take off, well, they got a big show now or something, a big movie.
It's true.
I know that's even though like the film was like pretty popular when it came out, but like that's kind of what they're doing now with like Princess and the Frog, where it's like it came out and it wasn't like I don't know, it wasn't huge when it came out, but it's like it's got a following, and like they're still doing like like TV stuff for it now, and it's getting rides at like Disneyland and stuff. So it's it's alive anyway. It's alive.
Yeah. No, there was a petition I saw. I think it was on, that change.org site. About it was like concepts and stuff, and they were like, make this series, and it was like Treasure Planet stuff. So yeah, it's interesting. It's very, very interesting, and I would have been very interested to see more. But you know what? Sometimes a one movie is okay. Like I wish I didn't see Jaws 2, 3, and 4, and all the other ones. Every shark movie might as well be a Jaws film at this point. Why not? Yeah, no, it's just, E.T. never got a sequel. Thank God. I know there was talks of that. We can talk about that some other time, maybe down the line.
I've seen the concepts for it, and I'm just like, I don't need a second E.T.
Yeah, sometimes it's just perfect to leave it off with the first one. And do you have a movie you'd like to discuss that was never made?
I guess like kind of going off that, since it's another Disney film, but it's the film Gigantic.
Gigantic.
Yeah.
What is Gigantic? I've never heard of it.
Well, it was this film that was it was gonna be about this boy, and he goes like it's like meant to be not an adaptation, but it's like inspired by like Jack and the Beanstalk, where it's about like a boy who climbs a beanstalk, and he finds like a civilization of giants in the clouds, and he befriends this like giant girl, and that's mostly like all the plot details we have on it. But yeah, no, it's set to come out in 2020, but it got cancelled like a few years prior, and it's just kind of weird because like it looked like it had like some good directors behind it. Like it seemed like they were like they wanted to like bring it to fruition, like kind of notorious now as well. But there's like in Zootopia they had like an Easter egg referencing it.
Oh wow!
And, no, it's like the scene in Zootopia where, like there's a guy selling like bootleg DVDs, and they're all like parodies of Disney films, and like one of them is like parody of Gigantic. So it's like, it kind of aged poorly now. Now the film's not coming out.
Yeah, that's interesting. No, that sounds like an interesting thing. Did it? Yeah. Do you know any details of why it got cancelled? Or
I'm not sure. Actually,
maybe it was because it was too much like Jack and the Beanstalk. Maybe.
Like there wasn't like any other Jack and the Beanstalk films coming out at the time.
That's
so
true. Yeah.
It's like there was competition.
Yeah. What year was it supposed to be?
2020 was supposed to come out.
20. Oh, right.
Yeah.
No, that's interesting. I never actually heard of that film before.
Oh no, it's it's a pretty interesting case.
Yeah. That's incredible. Was there any like a cast attached?
No cast attached. I'm pretty sure it's going to be it was the director of Tangled, and it was I'm forgetting the other one. I think it might have. I'm forgetting what the other director was, but like it was the director of like Tangled. I think there was two directors anyway. Yeah. But definitely one of them was going to be the guy who did Tangled, and I'd be looking forward to that, since like Tangled's a personal favorite of mine.
Yeah. No, Tangled is incredible, and
totally.
I can see that with Gigantic and Tangled, how similar those kind of things are. The big tower and the big beanstalk and stuff like that. Yeah, that definitely that would have been a very, very interesting movie to see. Especially in like 2020. Was it because of COVID, or was
no, because it was like cancelled like 2017. I want to say like 2017 and 2018. So like had nothing to do with COVID. Even.
Okay, yeah, no, that's interesting. That would have been pretty cool to see. A film at the next one I'm going to talk about. Are you finished with that?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. The next one I'm going to talk about is Batman Triumphant. It was going to be a sequel to Batman and Robin.
The greatest movie of all time.
Of course, absolute classic. I watch it every night in my sleep. Those ice buns.
Before I watched Batman and Robin, I was severely depressed and had and had major social anxiety, and now I'm a billionaire. So
Fucking Batman and Robin. Oh, I love it.
I want to grab the DVD and eat it
yeah,
and spit it out because I want to keep it. But yeah. So Batman and Robin didn't do very well. Critically, financially, I'm not sure. It probably did well. You know what I mean? But yeah, the critics weren't very happy. They found it too childish. But attached was the director Joel Schumacher. Attached was Chris O'Donnell, George Clooney, and Alicia Silverstone coming back. I believe everybody was attached to come back, who was actually discussed and I think maybe cast or definitely in the talks of it was Nicolas Cage as the Scarecrow. Which would have been iconic, honestly. I think that would have been...
Yeah, I would have loved to see that.
That would have been very, very cool. Especially in that 90s era where Nick was kind of going a bit crazy and all that. You know, there's likenesses of that in Vampire's Kiss. That's probably what would have been.
Because they were watching Vampire's Kiss and they just said, like, this is the one.
Yeah.
This is who we need. And, like, honestly, like, I can see it kind of.
No. There was rumors of Madonna being talked for Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
There was also, I think Jeff Goldblum might have been Scarecrow. I don't know if that was true or not.
Yeah, they could have been like choosing between like Nick or like Jeff Goldblum for
Maybe.
Scarecrow.
Yeah, that could have been it.
I don't know, like for Jeff Goldblum, like he could do like I think like you know if they hadn't already used Riddler by that point, I think like he could have been a good Riddler.
Yeah, he
or
could
like
have,
I mean
yeah.
that stretch he could have been like I don't know Hugo Strange or something, but like I don't know about Scarecrow. I
Yeah.
would have been interested to see it, but like I personally like if it has to be like him and Nick, I'd pick Nick pretty much 100% of the time.
Yeah, I'm not sure who else was attached, but definitely a concept was that Scarecrow would use like his toxic fumes, and the George Clooney Batman would see visions of Jack Nicholson, possibly Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman, and Penguin played by Danny DeVito. Those were definitely, and apparently Jack was inclined to come back as the Joker for a small bit. Just as like kind of visions and stuff. It would have been very weird because it's supposed to be a different Batman, or is it supposed to be the same one?
I'm pretty sure it's like
it's
the
weird.
same continuity, but it's like they're all like it's so different. Like who even knows? Like, they could go either way and say it's like not canon, or that it is canon to the Burton films.
Yeah,
like,
it's
either way would make about as much sense.
Yeah.
But no, that would have been pretty interesting, especially because like I know like back then like the whole like idea of like. Like when obviously now, like it's not as obviously now it's like kind of common, but like back then, like getting like all these big name people just for like cameos in a film wasn't really that common of a thing. So that was actually kind of ambitious.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That's all I can think about for now. It was definitely just Joel definitely coming back, I believe, to direct, and that's all pretty much of Batman Triumphant. Probably wouldn't have been a triumph, but it would have been very interesting to see. I think it would have been very interesting. So, what's your next one you want to talk about?
I guess like hopping off of that again. Here's a related enough film. It's George Miller of Mad Max and Babe fame.
Babe, yeah.
George Miller's cancelled Justice League film, Justice League Mortal.
Right.
Which is it's pretty interesting case. It's set to end of production, I think, 2007, around the same time like the Nolan Batman trilogy, but it had nothing to do with that trilogy, which is, I don't know if that would have confused general audiences or what, but
probably would have confused people. Like even I've had friends who have said to me, "Wait, is this Dark Knight Rises 2 or another?" No, this is Batman v Superman. Yeah, it's. I'm like, no, it's a different Batman. What?
Yeah, like now, like I mean, obviously, like nowadays we got like Robert Pattinson.
Yeah,
Batman.
we have like 5 different Batmans.
Yeah,
this
totally.
year.
Like, we got like Robert Pattinson Batman. Then we got like Ben Affleck coming back for the Flash.
Michael Keaton coming back for the Flash.
Michael Keaton coming back for the rest of some like multiverse stuff. Then we got
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves in like League of Super Pets. Then then we got like probably there's gonna be like an animated movie with like Kevin Conroy coming out, like
Yeah.
and like Bruce Wayne's also a character on Titans. So
Yeah.
like yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean like it's bonkers, but yeah. But yeah, back then, like I don't know, like especially like people if people are getting confused about it now, back then I probably would have like thrown people way off. But yeah. It's
Any
gonna
more
have
details on?
yeah, no, they had a cast release and everything. They were gonna have Armie Hammer playing Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, he was in line for
Yeah.
the Ben Affleck one as well. So
Was he?
no,
Okay.
no, not the Ben. Sorry, the Robert Pattinson one. He was one of the final
Oh,
choices.
well.
Yeah.
Good enough choice, I think. Like, you know, like
He
he's-
would have pulled it off. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, he's, I mean, that was a bit of a weirdo right now.
Oh
but, like,
yeah, no, right now.
So maybe they dodged a bullet in not casting him.
Maybe,
but yeah.
no. At the time, I think it would have been okay because
Yeah.
you know, like, you know, he's an excellent actor in other things aside from you know stuff going on in the media right now.
Yeah, no, all his
But yeah,
personal struggles. Let's just leave it at
struggles,
that.
Yeah.
Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah,
But yeah.
yeah.
Other ones like it was going to have like from what I can gather, it was like Adam Brody was set to play the Flash, and actually like the Flash was actually going to be like the kind of the protagonist of the film, like it was going to be from his point of view, which I can
fair enough.
I can kind of see because he's probably the most like relatable, quote unquote,
Yeah.
of them, and yeah, it's gonna have like it's gonna have Wonder Woman and Green Lantern. We'll have Green Lantern was gonna be played by Common, which is pretty interesting.
Oh right, yeah.
And funny enough, like we wanted to like have that cameo in Suicide Squad, so
Oh yeah.
it's funny. But yeah, then it's gonna have Aquaman, Superman, and Martian Manhunter, and yeah, a bunch of people. But yeah, Talia al Ghul was also into a character in it, and the weirdest choice I think was that the villain Maxwell was gonna be played by Jay Baruchel.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, and that's weird because like I've never personally seen Jay Baruchel like playing like a villain type role, and I
Yeah,
cannot for the life of me imagine that. So like,
Yeah, I kind of like you know he has that kind of Jesse Eisenberg like super
Yeah.
type thing
Like,
about him.
if
I
anything,
think.
out of cast him as the Flash.
Yeah, no, I can see what you mean. Yeah, I don't know. I can kind of see him as a Riddler as well.
Yeah, no, true. Like
Actually-
I'd have liked to honestly, like I'd have liked to see that more than anything, just because like that seems so different from like everything else he's done, pretty much.
Yeah. Funny enough, I've actually read some of the script of the movie because it's online.
Oh yeah. That's,
I wasn't really a big fan of it, to be honest. It was a bit, I don't know, I was quite bored. But maybe, I don't know. I don't know, it just wasn't, maybe it would have worked better, like, if you actually see it, like, in live
Yeah, yeah.
action, but I couldn't finish it, to be honest. It was kind of, it wasn't for me, anyway.
yeah.
Not sure.
Yeah, I'll say like I don't know, it seemed interesting, but like I don't know, I think like they did the right thing, just like focusing on like the Dark Knight trilogy for the time being.
Yeah, definitely. And
Yeah.
Superman Returns had came out recently enough to
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it did.
And as well, Man of Steel was coming soon as well. So, you know, they had enough kind of things to deal with at that time. But, yeah, I mean, George Miller, seems like a very interesting director. Anyway,
Totally.
a superhero film.
Yeah, no, definitely.
yeah.
I think he could have done it. Done it quite well.
Yeah.
He's very like. I mean, he's a diverse enough director anyway. Like literally, as I said, directed Mad Max and Babe. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And he
can-
directed Happy Feet too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
both Happy Feet movies. Yeah.
Yeah. He went from Mad Max to Happy Feet. Like that's the way to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Both the two sides of the coin, really, two sides of the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose is that everything you want to say? Any final thoughts?
Yeah, that's about all I want to say on that one.
Yeah, it would have been interesting to hear the score of it, though. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's like, obviously, you know, a lot of the Hans Zimmer stuff that comes out is like very much in the terms of, you know, a lot of banging and a lot
Yeah.
of clanging and stuff. And then like the Danny Elfman one is more kind of traditional, and the
Hmm.
John Williams one is very kind of Robin Hood-esque, kind of heroic. It would have been interesting to see who they actually would have got for
Yeah.
the score. I don't know. It would have been kind of cool to like see a Justice League movie made around that time. just to
totally.
kind of see what it would have been like, I guess.
Yeah.
Because we've only had one. Well, I guess two, but like they're the same film, but like
It's the same film.
yeah,
but not.
yeah. It's I don't know. It's yeah. I just want to see more, even if it's not the same cast that we got. I know there's a lot of stuff going on with Ezra Miller right now that we can leave.
Yeah, the other Miller involved with Justice League stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Hopefully they do another one down the line, even if it's not with that cast. I'm okay with an Elseworlds kind of thing.
Totally.
But yeah, no, just to see stuff like that in live action. Yeah, no, really, really interesting stuff. There's a lot of superhero stuff that has not been made. You know what I mean? Like a lot. Another one is actually called Superman Lives that I want to talk about right now. It was going to star Nick Cage, the Cage, right again, and it was going to be him as Superman. Now, I've actually looked into this quite a lot, and it's really, really interesting. Tim Burton was not really a fan of the original Superman, the movie, and he didn't want Superman to wear the costume of Superman, and Nick kind of threw a fit, as Nick would do, and he wanted to wear the Superman costume. Apparently, that's what happened.
That's why it got cancelled. What the fuck?
No, that's not why it got cancelled.
Oh, right.
But,
okay.
Yeah.
That would have been hilarious if that was why it got cancelled. Like, Jesus Christ.
No, he wanted to wear the Superman costume, but he got the right to do it. Now, with a lot of the concepts of it, now some of it was really interesting stuff, but a lot of it does not feel like Superman at all. If you really, really look into it, it does not, like, what they were doing didn't feel like Superman at all. Like, it was definitely something else. There was a lot of weird stuff, and I can't even, like, describe how wild they wanted this movie to be. I'm not sure if it was going to be, because they weren't really doing, like, crossover stuff at this point, so I don't know if it was actually inclined to be taking place in the same universe as the Michael Keaton Batman or the Val Kilmer one. I'm not sure, but yeah, it was definitely a very, very interesting sort of movie that they were making. Who else? There was other people involved that were cast in the cast. I can't pinpoint them now, but it was. Oh, Jesus Christ! Like, if you look at the pictures of Nick, like, he does look quite handsome and stuff with the long hair and the. But the cape was like a really wild cape. If you look at it, it's like red with like kind of like sparkle shit or something, and it's
like the glam rock Superman.
Yeah, it's it would have been really, really interesting to see.
Yeah.
But
can you remember, like, what was some of the stuff they wanted to do with the story then?
Oh god. Yeah, I'm gonna look this up actually, because give me a minute. Because like, it was just so wild, and it was just an absolute just insanity to the point. Just my phone will load. I don't know if it will. No, my phone isn't loading at the moment. But yeah, it's it was a very, very interesting sort of thing that they were doing. Like, it was just, I think it was like he was gonna, like, I can't even describe it. It was just odd.
Like, I find that funny now as well. Like, he was like planned to be cast as Scarecrow and planned to be cast as like Superman, and then like years later, like, didn't he voice Batman in Teen Titans?
It was the Superman. He voiced Superman in Teen Titans thing. Yeah. I read somewhere as well he was going to be in The Outsiders because
Oh.
that Coppola movie, the Francis Ford Coppola, because he's Nicholas Coppola. He's yeah, and apparently he didn't like what he was supposed to do, so he apparently walked out of that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he definitely would have been. You know, the film The Rock, it would have been very similar to that. The character he
Okay.
plays, that kind of, Clark Kent would have been very similar to that.
Yeah, no, that would have been weird.
He probably would have been like a Stan Cootsby type character.
Yeah.
No, apparently he was supposed to die and come back, and he was like this kind of angel thing. I don't know. It was so bizarre, and it would have been like, just I can't remember like most of the details. It was just so kind of raw, but you can look it up anyway afterwards. Sorry, I can't remember it right now. I
That's
would
grand, that's grand.
read it out, but I can't
Sure, I mean,
find it. So
sure, like, to anyone listening, go do your own homework.
yeah,
Can't expect everyone else to do all your work for you.
yeah. Do you have any other movies that?
Yeah,
Unmade?
no. Going off of that, I guess. This one's the one I have like the least information on. There's like the least information out there about it. But it's like I think the fact that it was gonna happen at all, like possibly, was like it's just really interesting. And that's the Zack Snyder pitch he put to Lucasfilms for his own Star Wars movie.
Oh yeah,
Now, from what I can gather, there's like no real plot details on it. Like the only thing we know is like apparently it was like cancelled after like Disney bought Lucasfilms. So I mean,
yeah,
I guess they weren't very interested in it, and like apparently like it would have been like more in tune with like his other films, so it would have been a bit darker than the average Star Wars film.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's currently like been reshaped and reworked into Rebel Moon, which is coming out next year.
Oh, I heard about that.
So I'm quite interested to see what he was thinking of. Like, I only bring this up again because it's not really that interesting of a story. So far, at least, like once that comes out, we'll have more details on like what he was going for. But yeah, I think the fact that like Zack Snyder directing a Star Wars movie was a thing that at any point could have happened. I just think that's extremely interesting. Like, I mean, I just yeah. It's just been like it just seems like so like unexpected from like both Star Wars and
Yeah.
his filmography. It just seems like if
Yeah.
that happened, that just would have been mental.
I would have been very, very interested to see what it would have been.
Totally.
I do think that it's really weird right now. The thing is gone.
Yeah,
They want a password, but I don't know it. So,
Oh crap!
sorry. It's probably still recording.
Technical
anyway.
difficulties.
It's probably still recording, man. It's fine. We'll
Hopefully.
just go on. No, it probably is because I didn't stop. Yeah. Yeah, Zack Snyder would have done a fantastic job, probably. I think anyway, like it would have been very, very interesting. You know, he's done a lot
Yeah.
of stuff. You know, Man of Steel, the start of that is very, very sci-fi esque, and
Yeah.
a lot of visual effects, and definitely has that visual measure for something like a Star Wars film.
I think like a Rogue One type of story he would have actually done really good at.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what he was going for, but like something in that tone.
I think he would have done something spectacular anyway, and very, very imaginative, because he has that. He's very, very aligned with that, even with something like Sucker Punch. Now, I don't love that film, but you can't deny that a lot of the visuals in that are absolutely stunning and very, very spectacular, and very, very imaginative. And the world is just. He's very, very much a visual filmmaker, and he would have done such a wonderful job with creating a lot of that, and as well, I think he would have done something really, really spectacular, and I think they would have taken the pitch on board, but I think at the time of him pitching that, they really wanted to gain the original fans back, I suppose, with
Yeah.
creating stuff like the sequel trilogy and Rogue One and all this kind of stuff, rather than doing something completely new, because
Yeah.
they had to keep their producer hat on and be like, we have to kind of wheel these fans back a little bit to kind of give them something that reminds them of, just something not too new. They had to
Yeah.
get the familiar sort of things. We hadn't seen a lot of Star Wars media for a very, very,
Yeah.
very long time. So
The only thing that was
probably
like
why.
really happening around that time was Star Wars, like
was the Clone Wars.
yeah, Clone Wars. Well, aside from like the expanded universe stuff, but yeah, like for the quote unquote like main canon stuff, it was just the Clone Wars really,
Yeah, that was it.
and the occasional like game.
Oh yeah, that's true. Lego stuff.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
But yeah, that was about it really. So they had to kind of do something that, especially the prequels weren't loved at that certain time. A lot of people, like very, very passionate fans, only like 2 Star Wars movies, the original and Empire, and that's it. They hate Return of the Jedi as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, those fans. Oh man. But yeah, no, it would have been very, very interesting. I'm very interested to see Rebel Moon. It might be dog shit because sometimes Zack Snyder creates movies that can be sort of hit and miss and all that.
Yeah.
But hopefully he does a good job.
I think it'll be
with
good.
Rebel Moon. Yeah, no, I'm very interested. Do you know any of the plot details of it?
Oh man, they might have released like a little synopsis, but I'm forgetting it now.
I have it.
Oh my god, you have it?
Things go boom.
Boom.
And people scream.
Oh no.
And more things go.
Boom.
And swords go. Rebel Moon coming soon to Netflix.
Yeah, it's Netflix.
All right, that's the trailer. It should be
The ASMR Rebel Moon trailer.
We should be the marketing team behind Rebel
Totally.
Moon. Zack Snyder, if you're listening to this, hire us.
Hire us, Zaddy Snyder.
We need money. Released they already released it. Never mind.
Yeah.
You can restore.
Get with the times. It's restore the Snyderverse.
If
now.
you want to restore it, you have my money. But I think they should release the Ayer cut first, just for the laugh.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I mean, come on, Warner.
It's already,
Brothers and sisters. I think brothers is a bit sexist, to be honest. It should be
the Warner people.
Warner people, the Warner siblings. Yes, I know it's probably Warner Brothers who probably hired or made it, but it should be. In speaking of modern times and different pronouns, it might be a little. And in the X-Men, there's X-women as well, and it's just X-Men. What? X-people. Just call it X, the X-team. X-team, yes. They couldn't call it Triple X because that's the thing with Vin Diesel. And if you go on to Triple X on somewhere else, you might find something a bit dirty. But yeah. You'll get a different X-Men movie.
Oh my god.
Mystique.
Oh man, Jesus.
Yeah.
It's like, we're just talking about all these films that didn't get made. Can I just say quickly, the fact that Triple X got a sequel more than 10 years later, the fact that was made is as interesting as any of these.
Oh sweet Jesus! No, it was.
I just don't know how that happened.
Yeah, no, it was Triple X, and then there was the Ice Cube one. Do you remember that? There was a one with Ice Cube in it, and it was a sequel without Vin Diesel, and then they made a Triple X movie with Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
I don't know if that second one is canon. I think it is. I think it's supposed to be.
Please,
Sam Jackson was in both.
Was he?
So yeah, he was in it.
All the Triple X heads in the comments, please inform us on the lore we need to know.
Oh sweet Jesus! No, I saw that movie. It's just Jesus. Anyway, fucking Triple X. It's just Fast and Furious all at once.
Yeah.
But yeah. Why weren't they cancelled? Fuck's sake. Anyway, there's so many movies that we can talk about. Another one is, let's see here. You finish? Any final thoughts on That one.
Just that I'm looking forward to Rebel Moon and seeing like what he was thinking of for Star Wars.
Yeah. Okay, quickly, just to say it, Atlantis series. It was originally going to be a series, but they cancelled it and turned it into Milo's Return. You could tell that by the cheapness of the animation. It's not very, very good. It's a different voice. It's James Arnold Taylor who did the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi and different things. He does an okay job. It's very, very good. It's kind of alright. It's not as good as the original Atlantis movie, but it does what it does. I suppose it's fine. The third act is better than the rest of them, but you know what? They do an okay job.
Yeah, that's good for them.
Yeah. Do you have any other ones? Is Rebel Moon your final one, or do you have any
I
more?
do have another one.
Yeah.
This other one is the it was the animated Legend of Zelda movie that was like pitched but Nintendo shut down. It was by Imagi Films. The guys that did they did the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like the CG,
The Astro Boy as well.
and Astro Boy as well. Yeah, with they did both those films. They pitched like
Nick Cage was in that.
he was indeed, and I can only hope he would have been in the Zelda movie. But
hopefully, yeah. And Zelda.
Like they made like this like short like minute or 2 minute long like animation of it to pitch to Nintendo, and they shot it down, but it's all online there. You can like easily find it. And it looks really good. I'm not really sure like why they turned it down. I guess like after like the Super Mario movie, they were just like they didn't want to do anything.
Yeah.
In the
was
films.
that the one they uploaded as an April Fool's joke?
No, that was a different one.
Okay.
I think that was like by IGN or something, and it was like a live action trailer. This one's different.
Okay, yeah, that's
I
interesting.
think anyway, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do find it pretty interesting, and like I know I could see them making a film based on it, like if the Mario movie does well, which like it almost definitely will. Like even if it's terrible, I'm sure that film's gonna like make loads of money, and they're probably gonna like do at least a sequel to that, and maybe do some other stuff.
God, yeah. Oh,
yeah. I'm curious to see how that one turns out. More than anything.
I don't know. I'm kind of in between.
Yeah. I'll probably go see it, but I don't know if
I'll watch
like
a
it.
trailer, but yeah, if it's because it's Illumination doing it, so it's kind of interesting. Was there any cast attached for the Zelda film?
No, it was literally just like a concept they had and it was pitched. They didn't really get much further. Or like if they did get much further, then like that information hasn't been revealed.
Okay, yeah, that would have been interesting. Yeah.
First up, of course, is Link, who will be played by Chris Pratt. He's so cool.
No. He's voicing Garfield, though. And
and the Grinch in some Christmas special.
The Grinch as well?
Yeah, in something.
Oh my god. The next one I'm going to talk about is Scooby Doo 3. Scooby Doo 3 would have been a sequel to Monsters Unleashed, that classic movie of Scooby Doo wearing an afro and sunglasses and dancing in a bar, and lots of iconic imagery.
Yeah, Shaggy with tits.
Yeah. And it would have been a sequel to that. I don't really know much about it, just that all the cast would have come back. And you were explaining to me before we started the show about him. They were going to Scotland and they'd meet monsters that would kind of be good and be like, oh, why are you capturing me? I suppose that it's kind of, thinking, right, we have to do something else. We've done like the monster hunting stuff, and we've done all this. Let's go and do something that's kind of new for a Scooby Doo fan, and that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's like James Gunn. He literally just like said the whole plot of it was gonna be because like someone asked him on Twitter, like I guess like I guess like he doesn't have any NDAs up anymore, so like he's just saying whatever. But yeah, he basically just said the plot of it was gonna be like the gang go to Scotland and they'd find all these monsters that were like real monsters, and they'd find out like, oh no, they're good, and like the world's like prejudiced for like demonizing all the monsters, and it's like, oh, society. Yeah,
it would have been kind of like Monsters versus Aliens a little bit that way.
A bit, yeah.
But with Scooby, it's interesting. I think just more of Scooby and Shaggy together would have been
Yeah.
would have been cool.
I agree.
I wouldn't lie. I would check it out. You know what I mean? If they did have it out, you know what I mean? I would have seen it because I did watch those two movies quite a bit when I was growing up. A lot.
Yeah, same.
So yeah, no, I did really enjoy them. I thought they did perfectly their job very, very well, and they were very entertaining. And I thought they served some of the cartoons. Like I would have rather like seen that more than some of the cartoons that they made, because they made so many of them that the live action one was just so different and fun
Yeah.
and energetic that it was just so kind of inspiring, almost like some of the stuff in it, and very funny and new.
And I keep saying this every time, like we talk about Scooby Doo, but it's like, you know, the Snyder cut came out, like A cut maybe will come out. Like when we're getting the gun cut of the original
the
Scooby
gun
Doo,
cut
with
where
all,
it
with all
was-
the with all the CGI'd out cleavage and all the stuff and all the like.
yeah,
the stoner jokes and
if you look up the deleted scenes of Scooby Doo,
Yeah.
you see some of it,
Hmm.
but I'm not sure. I wonder, is there more stuff on the cutting room floor? And I wonder what the original script would have looked like as well, because it was very adult orientated, which is really interesting. But
Yeah.
I don't think for that sort of property, which is like kind of mainly aimed at kids, you know, Warner Brothers were definitely kind of, you know, kind of, we have to kind of pay attention to this. We have to do justice to
Yeah.
kind of appeal to the kids and some of the adult, because there is adult humor in it, obviously.
No, this times.
Yeah. So
I can look at myself naked.
yeah. Or like there is
Yes.
pasta duchy on the left hand side and there's smoke coming out of the van,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like making burgers.
My name is Mary Jane. That is like my favorite name.
Oh my god, no way. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
it's,
no.
very interesting stuff.
I think like as well, like I've heard this. I don't know how true it is, but I think it's like around the same time, like there was like that Josie and the Pussycats movie that came out, which is like also like a Hanna-Barbera property, and like it was aimed at adults more than anything. Whereas like it was PG-13, I think, and that did apparently like it flopped really hard. So I think like that was why they decided like, okay, let's make this like more of a kid-friendly film, so we don't
Yeah.
repeat our mistakes.
Probably why. Another one I want to talk about is I'm gonna do 3 at the one time because they all kind of intertwine.
Okay.
The first one is going to be Spider-Man 4. Spider-Man 4 was going to be coming out, and attached to play Black Cat was Anne Hathaway, which is really weird because she played Catwoman.
And
not
then
so long-
like I say now, I'm pretty sure like Catwoman came first, but it was basically like I think it was like Marvel's attempt at doing Catwoman. So that's funny. She was set to be cast as Black Cat, then
Yeah.
Catwoman.
Yeah. And, you know, Tobey Maguire was coming back, Mary Jane was
Yeah.
coming back, and apparently they had Bruce Campbell play a villain at some point, and it was going to be, like, unmasked so that, you know, all his cameos in the Spider-Man movies is that he was a character that was in disguise as someone, and it was going to be, like, a throwaway kind of joke thing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who was attached to play the villain, but I think the villain was either Vulture or Mysterio. I could be wrong on that, but I think it's one of them that was attached to be the villain of it.
Oh my god, was it Morbius?
No, definitely not. I'm not sure who was going to be the actor that would have played that role, but it would have been very, very interesting to see who would have played that. But yeah, no, it would have been great to see Sam Raimi take another one and do another Spider-Man film.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 4.
And it's like it's kind of weird because like looking back on Spider-Man 3 now, which like I do like that film, but
Yeah.
looking back on it now, like maybe it's just because I know they were gonna do a 4th one and that got cancelled. But like looking back on it, it doesn't really feel like an ending.
No, it does not. No,
Like it definitely feels like there's like
there's more to tell. with,
Yeah, it does.
Characters and stuff like you didn't actually see Mary Jane and Peter actually get together fully at the end.
Yeah.
They like forgive each other for stuff, but you feel like Peter's story isn't finished.
Yeah, like, kinda like-
necessarily.
it kind of like ends on kind of like a weird note as well, because it's like, you know, then there's like his friend died, and there's like it's all like, and it's a bit like a bit of a downer ending weirdly.
Yeah, no, it's I binged the 3 Spider-Man movies, right? And after 3, my head was like, oh, I gotta watch the 4th one now. But then I realized it did not exist. So
Yeah, I think that says
Yeah.
a lot.
yeah, so I ended up watching The Amazing Spider-Man, which is, I argue, is very, very underrated, in my opinion. I really, really love that film. I think it's kind of a bit misunderstood. It's a darker tone. It's a different Peter Parker. It's fine. It is what it is. I really, really enjoy it. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. I'd say like I still like the first Amazing Spider-Man more than Homecoming.
yeah, I like a
I'd say,
lot
like-
of Spider-Man movies more than Homecoming
Yeah.
anyway. But yeah. The next one is The Amazing Spider-Man 3, which is really, really interesting. You recently saw The Amazing Spider-Man 2, recently enough, I guess.
Yeah. And it's like basically like what I said about like Spider-Man 3 doesn't feel like an ending. Take that and make it about Spider-Man 2, but like 10 times more.
Yeah,
That's how I feel about that.
It literally ends on a cliffhanger of
Definitely.
something. It's literally like the Incredibles cliffhanger. That's literally almost what it is.
It's worse than I mean, like even the Incredibles cliffhanger like isn't as bad as Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. But no, it really leaves more. So they had Shailene Woodley cast, actually. They shot scenes with her for The Amazing Spider-Man 2, but ultimately they cut her out of the film because they had too much footage, and they couldn't fit it all into the movie. They had a lot to tell with that film, and they were going to leave her until the next movie, which would have been The Amazing Spider-Man 3. I'm not sure who was going to be the villain of that film. I know Felicity Jones was going to come back as Black Cat, I believe. And I say Dane would have been back as Harry. I would say so.
Yeah.
I think he probably would have been attached. He's at the prison at the very end and stuff like that. And, there's other villains coming and stuff. And apparently he would have gotten, Rogue and stuff like that. But ultimately it got cancelled. And they were actually considering using his Spider-Man for Civil War. They were considering it, but ultimately they decided against it. They need to go to a different take. They need to go to a different tone, for the Spider-Man to be mentored by Iron Man. Because he would have been like, it was supposed to be on Iron Man's side, and it's really interesting because I can imagine the Amazing Spider-Man Peter on Captain America's side.
I can see that. I can see that.
What way that kind of fight would have done, but ultimately that was cancelled. Another cancelled movie that I don't know if you know about, but I read about it and it came out recently. Another Spider-Man movie that got cancelled was Spider-Man versus The Amazing Spider-Man.
What?
Spider-Man versus The Amazing Spider-Man, or it would have been called The Amazing Spider-Man versus Spider-Man.
Like versus Toby Spider-Man?
Yes.
Oh my god.
That was their idea. That was their basic idea. Apparently, I think it was supposed to be that The Amazing Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield, would have turned a bit rogue, probably with some Venom symbiote or something, and Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man, would have been fighting him.
Through like multiverse stuff?
I haven't a fucking clue.
Were they actually gonna were they gonna try and work around like, oh, both these Spider-Men just exist at the same time and like nobody brought it up?
I don't know. I have no idea. I think Sony were just trying to milk something. They were like,
Man, Sony like milking like their Spider-Man characters, like they'd never do that.
no, they never do that at all.
El Muerto coming 2024.
What's really interesting, we do see a little bit of it, when spoilers in No Way Home, when Andrew Garfield shows up with the Toby one on the other side of the room. What does Toby do? They like shoot at each other and stuff. So we saw a little bit of what it could have looked like, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that was an actual thing. You can look that up. It was an actual thing that they were considering.
At this point, like, has somebody actually like made an edit of that? Because like, knowing all the fucking Billy Maguire edits, I'm positive someone could someone could make an entire like feature length film based on that if they wanted.
Yeah.
Like the Maguire edits are like bonkers.
Yeah. Another one that I want to talk about. Actually, no. Do you have another one?
Yeah, I have one more. It's a bit of a change of tone. It's David Cronenberg's version of Frankenstein.
Okay.
Now, for the most part, like I wouldn't call myself like a big fan of David Cronenberg, but I think this should have been made just because just like the matchup of like director and like character is like so perfect because like he's known for all his body horror type of stuff, and it's Frankenstein's kind of the perfect character for that, and it could explore like a lot of like the themes he typically does in his films, and it's just like again, not much is known, but it's again like like just I don't even like need to know much about the plot, just that alone, like I can already tell like it would have been good like for his like kind of style of film.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Though, was there anybody attached to the cast of Frankenstein?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah. No, that would have been interesting to see a monster movie, especially from someone else.
Yeah.
Cronenberg.
I guess like I wasn't planning on talking about this, but like as a quick aside, we can also probably like since it's related, we can throw in the entire like Universal Dark Universe thing.
Yeah,
that's like I mean it wasn't even that long ago. But, like I keep thinking about it occasionally. I'm just like how did that even like happen and fail so badly? It's like
they had a logo and everything for it.
They had a logo. They opened up the start like of the Mummy with Tom Cruise with like a logo, and it's gonna be like they're trying to hype people up, and then it's like they were so focused on that they forgot to like actually make a good film.
Yeah, they forgot completely. No, that was crazy. That was mental. They forgot to actually make an actual film. Apparently, with that movie, they actually released the trailer without the music and just had the sound effects. By accident, it was just Tom Cruise going like, ah, and all that. By accident, they released that version.
Yeah, it's just like everything about it's just like
I never watched it.
Neither did I.
I just saw that logo and the cast they had attached. Like, was it Johnny Depp and Angelina Jolie?
I think like Johnny Depp was the Invisible Man, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Oh man, that was
that would be pretty interesting. I think
it would have been a really, really cool kind of dark universe thing.
Yeah, no, I think the concept of it is really good. It's just like if it was gonna
never made a good movie.
Yeah, like if everything was gonna be like on the same level as like the Mummy, then I'd just be like, I'd rather not.
Yeah.
Even though I do think like the concept of it is actually pretty cool.
Yeah. The next one I will talk about, if you're finished up with that, is Chronicle 2.
Oh, yeah.
So I can't remember what it was actually called, but there is a script, a Max Landis. It is Max, or
yeah,
is
Max
that
Landis.
Yeah. No, John Landis is the father. Yeah. Max Landis was one of the writers with Josh Trank, the director, and Max wrote a script, and ultimately Fox decided against it. The script is online, and I have read a lot of it. It's actually really, really interesting stuff. It's really, really, it feels so natural. It feels very much in terms with that. Like, it feels like, boom, here we go. It was Andrew's brother, what's his name? Oh, God. What's Dana Holland's brother in the movie called?
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
And I can't quite remember myself now.
You know who I'm talking about anyway.
Yeah.
He was going to be like, not the main character, but there was two other main characters who kind of found the camera and found the actual cave thing that they did and stuff. They didn't have it was just the script. It wasn't really any cast attached as far as I know, but that he was going to be like the kind of third main character. He was kind of the link from the first film, I suppose, and they would have like archive footage of them like looking at the footage that he shot of, basically the movie Chronicle, because that's all kind of, a lot of it was like filmed on the camera and stuff.
So would this still be a found footage movie?
I guess so, yeah. I guess maybe, I don't know, I can't remember if they had it if I put it. But if it wasn't, it still would have been really, really interesting.
Yeah.
To see it, just to kind of transition. Oh, sorry. But yeah, no, it would have been really, really interesting. I know Max's kind of problems with the industry and stuff like that.
A lot of problematic people we're talking about today.
Yeah. But yeah, no, ultimately, I think it would have been really, really interesting. And I would have been very, very interested to see that. And yeah, no, it's...
Yeah. Chronicles, like, it's the sort of film, like, I don't think it needs a sequel, but if I found out it was getting a sequel, like, I'd go see it as soon as possible, pretty much.
Yeah, apparently in the works now is actually a sequel to it, but with girls, apparently, as the main character.
The Chroniclettes.
I guess.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know if it's still in the works, but I am intrigued to see anything that is a sequel to that film with that kind of main story. Should have been. It's interesting, that is one of those movies that you can literally watch anything that takes place in that world. You know what I mean?
Totally.
It's the same with The Craft. I did love The Craft Legacy, but since it's like in that universe, it feels like it is in that universe, and it feels kind of really cool, something like that. But yeah, hopefully they do revisit it. I'm very intrigued. But yeah, no, if they don't do it, that's okay.
Yeah.
Do you have another one, or was that your last one?
That was my last one that I can remember right now.
Okay, I have a few more.
Okay.
Another one is Me and My Shadow.
Oh, the DreamWorks movie, yeah.
Yeah. You know a lot about it, don't you?
Again, I watched a video about it once by Animat, if you know that person. But yeah, no, it seemed...
Shout out to you, bye!
Yeah, shout out to you.
You're brilliant!
Let's collab. But yeah, no, I watched a video by him on it, and it seemed like really, really unique. I definitely think I wish it got made.
Yeah, can you... do you want to explain the main plot of it, if you can remember?
I vaguely remember it's like it was like about a man, obviously that person is shadow, and it's like the shadows have their own like world, and like when it was in the shadow world it was gonna be like 2D animated, and in the human world like 3D animated, and it was gonna be like switching between the two. But I think Bill Hader was gonna be in it, right?
Bill Hader was in it. He did the voice of the concepts anyway for anyway, and there's loads of concepts online of it, and it looks very, very unique and incredible, and it probably would have been right up the alley of a very, very good DreamWorks movie, a very, very unique. It would have had Mr. Peabody and Sherman vibes. I would have got that from it.
I can see that.
But with the 2D animation within it, I think it would have been very, very good. Like, even like with DreamWorks, if you go back and watch things like Sinbad, The Legend of the Seven Seas, or if you go back and watch something like
Prince of Egypt,
or El Dorado.
Yeah.
If you look at the boxes on the ship of the Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas, the outline of it is very kind of early 3D. Very, very... And the monster looks very, very, like, cheap 3D, but it's in this 2D environment. It kind of mixes in very, very well. Kind of gives that vibe. So it would have been really, really incredible for Me and My Shadow to actually come out and actually be a film that was released. Out of all the DreamWorks movies, I think this would have been one of the most important ones they should have considered actually releasing, because it looked insanely very, very creative, very, very good, and it's something they really needed, especially in these horrid times with these emoji movies and these Playmobil movies and God, what was the not Mushy Monsters? There was that other fucking thing, that fucking piece of shit with Pitbull as that fucking bear. What the fuck? The ugly dolls. That was
fuck
that
one.
fucking thing. Yeah, Jesus Christ Almighty! I sat there watching that fucking thing. I was fucking Jesus Christ Almighty, mate.
So I take it you didn't enjoy Ugly Dolls very much.
I loved it. No, I hated it. It was awful. Yeah, it was like this fucking. What was it? It was like a mixture of Bart Simpson and that fucker Dash from The Incredibles. A mixture of him.
That fucker Dash.
That fucker Dash running around, dancing away to shit. And then he's like, oh, I'm so cool. I think he was voiced by one of the Jonas Brothers.
That makes sense.
I believe so. Yeah, one of those fucking Egypts.
I fucking wasn't like Charlie XCX in the movie as well.
Oh,
like,
she was.
and like Lizzo, I think it was as well. Like it was very corporate. Is that what it's like? Such a corporate
it
movie.
was a very very corporate movie. It's like the worst Toy Story sequel or the worst Toy Story prequel you could imagine. That's what this movie was. I like the idea of ugly whatever, but. Oh no, it was like pushing the agenda too much. They didn't do a good job with it. It was fucking horrible. The next one I'm gonna mention very very briefly is Narnia.
But Mr. Healy, there already is a Narnia movie.
No. Narnia 4.
Oh.
Because Narnia 3 was Voyage of the Dawn Treader.
Yeah.
There are a lot more Narnia books that they didn't actually make. And I don't know why it got cancelled, the rest of the series, but it's because, I don't know, I think it didn't do well or something, or it didn't do as well as they were expecting or something. Especially critically, I don't think it did as well as the other two.
Yeah.
But that got cancelled.
And Narnia films, like I never actually saw Dawn Treader, but like I was a big fan of the first two.
Yeah,
but,
I was a big fan of the first two, especially the first one. I watched quite a bit.
Yeah.
The Dawn Treader I never actually saw in full either.
Yeah,
I saw
same.
bits of it.
Yeah, same. It's like it's really weird as well because it's like, in general, like, I feel like the Narnia films, like they seem like a sort of thing where it's like maybe I'm misremembering, but like years ago they were like a really big deal, and then they just like people stopped talking about them like for no apparent reason. Like so, I mean, maybe Dawn Treader was just like really bad, but I mean like. I don't know.
I'm not sure. Like I've seen bits of it, and it seemed okay, but it did do very very well critically, and probably the reception wasn't big on it, and I think it just kind of lost its way, I suppose. And the kids were aging as well throughout the movies and throughout the years, but yeah, they're clapping for Narnia.
Yeah.
Apologies to the people that are listening to this podcast. There are people next door who are fucking annoying. My neighbors, they fucking cunt. No, that's my Uwe Ball impression.
Uwe Ball.
Uwe Ball. Oh, Jesus Christ, that director. He is probably the most arrogant director I've ever, like...
He's the most arrogant with the lowest quality films to back it up.
Jesus Christ.
I'll say that much.
Yeah, no, it was his rant about like, these fucking bastard movies, I make art. I'm like, you're doing my fuck, by the way.
I make art.
I make art. These fuckers like Angelina Jolie and George Clooney and fucking hell. Like, fucking cut your grass.
Wasn't he like? Didn't he challenge his like critics or something to a boxing?
He did.
Match?
He won.
Okay, well, you know what? I'll give him one bit of credit. Like he really pioneered the YouTuber boxing phenomenon.
Fucking did. Oh,
let's get KSI versus Uwe Ball.
Oh, that would be amazing. I would pay. Logan Paul versus Uwe Ball.
He'd win both of them, to be honest. Probably.
He probably would. Yeah. He wants to come back. Actually, apparently.
Really?
To do more. Yeah. A funny story as well. You know, one of my favorite bands is Nightwish. Band Nightwish. Flora Johnson, absolute wonderful. They have this song called "Wish I Had an Angel." It's an incredible kind of symphonic metal song. It was used in the movie we all did called "Alone in the Dark."
Oh,
I think was it based on a game or something?
Yeah, that one was.
They had footage from the movie originally, but due to the poor reception, Nightwish took out the footage from the film.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And I don't blame them. And I don't think it was just due to the poor reception of the movie. I think genuinely they had a hard time with Uwe because I don't think they enjoyed his presence.
No, I don't think anyone does with himself.
I don't know. I just God. The next one would be Percy Jackson.
Yeah, and obviously, like I'm assuming again, like was this like a sequel to the
Sea Monsters.
Yeah.
It would have been a sequel to Sea Monsters. Logan Lerman and Brett T. Jackson, Alexandria Daddario. How would you spell? Alexandra Daddario, whatever. I can't pronounce her name, but yeah, though it would have been very, very interesting. Oh, you just died.
Oh yeah, I dropped my phone. Keep going.
Yeah, so it would have started those three back, and I'm not entirely sure who else was attached to the project. I know Logan Lerman was talking about it, and I believe that it was supposed to be just a regular sequel, would have followed the books through, and I probably would imagine that it wouldn't have had Pierce Brosnan back because he didn't come back for the sequel. Probably would have had Alex, what's his name, Anthony Stewart back, playing that centaur character. I'm not sure who else was actually in the sequel because I'm not really big on the Percy Jackson info and stuff like that. I genuinely don't know, but I would have been very, very interested to see them. I really, really enjoy the first movie. I think it's pretty solid. Now, I haven't read much of the books. I read some of it, but it was pretty fine. I enjoyed the first film. It was really, really fun. Liam Neeson was in it. Pierce Brosnan was there. It was okay. It was like Harry Potter, but not. I think Mark Kermode described it as those like parody Barry Trotter books and stuff like that. He said it was like a live action version of that.
Oh.
It's like Harry Potter, but not. But there was the sequel, Sea of Monsters, which wasn't as good, but still very, very fun. I enjoyed it for what it was, and it was a good kind of one-watch film. And I just really, really enjoy that cast. I enjoy Brett D. Jackson. I enjoy Alexandra, the girl, black hair. Yeah, she's the interaction with those three was really good. I like the inclusion of the Cyclops character. Yeah, it was fun, and I would have enjoyed another sequel, but I understand with like high budget movies like this, when they don't do very well, they lose the studio's money, so they're like, we don't want to lose any more money. Let's back off. So yeah, no, it would have been interesting to see more. I love Logan Lerman. I think he's incredible. He's really, really good actor, full of so much range. Was he in one of those war movies that you were recommended to me, or was that a different one? I think it was the one with Shia LaBeouf that you were recommended to me.
Fury?
Not Fury. I think Fury is the one with him, but I think it was a different war movie that you recommended.
Was it Hacksaw Ridge?
Probably, yeah. That was it. Yeah, I think it was.
Might have been in that.
Yeah, it was one of those movies you were like, they're very good. Check them out. But Fury, I haven't seen. Have you seen Fury?
I've seen bits of Fury.
Yeah. I don't know. He seems very, very good in that. And yeah, he's just really, really good. And I would have been kind of enjoyed more with him, but apparently things. What about you? What's your thoughts on Percy Jackson?
I've only seen the first one, and that was a while ago. I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, I didn't like. I know even less about the source material than you, so like take my thoughts on it like grain of salt.
Yeah.
But I thought it was like a fun film.
Yeah.
You looking forward to like the upcoming stuff they're doing with like Disney Plus with the Percy Jackson stuff?
Yeah, it's really interesting. They're definitely going straight more towards the books because Rick Riordan wasn't really a fan of the movies, and he thought they just butchered his books. You know, they're different media, and I understand that, you know, being an author and stuff like that. Characters that he created.
You get very attached.
Yeah, and like characters that he created for his audience and stuff, used in this other way, you know, it could kind of drive him in a different direction. But it's very, very weird because they have casted children, like very, very young children. It's the kid from the Adam Project and some other. I don't know where the other kids are from, genuinely, at all. That's all we know so far is just the three main cast. I know that some of the, I believe Alexandria has been very positive about the casting of
That's cool.
someone of a different race as is her name Annabelle, something like that. They're very she's very on board with that and is looking forward to it. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see some footage from it. Genuinely, I just hope that they do a very, very good job bringing the story to life, and hopefully that it can bring in new fans. That's all I hope for. Genuinely, with that media. But I genuinely like kind of got attached to the Logan Lerman version of that character. Genuinely, I really, really enjoyed it. But overall, yeah, would have been interesting.
Yeah, let's hope it goes better than Artemis Fowl anyway.
Oh God, yeah, that's a movie.
That should have been Unmade.
That should have, yes. That was very odd because they had Kenneth Branagh attached, they had Judi Dench attached, and have you seen it?
Bits of it only.
I watched the full thing, and
Oof.
my God, it was shit.
I have there's a friend of mine who was like who grew up with the books and he's a big fan of them, and like he saw it when it came out and he was
not happy.
He was like he felt betrayed, and who can blame him?
I don't blame him. I haven't even read the books and I thought it was shit. So
yeah.
Yeah. The next one is, I don't know if you're into the Divergent series at all.
I've seen the first one.
The first one. What do you think?
I liked it. I liked it.
I liked it too. Very, very good. I read some of the book. It was okay. Like, you know, from a perspective, it was very, very interesting. Very, very cool. Very Hunger Games-esque, but you know what? That's the way the kind of trend was. But it has enough of an original mind in there. Victoria's incredible at doing that kind of stuff. But the Insurgent was okay. Allegiant I have avoided because of the reception, and I've heard that it's kind of all over the place. I do plan to see it out down the line to have a certain like element. You know, it's a fun sci-fi movie. I can watch it as a kind of a B movie, whatever. But you know, I don't know. I got really attached to the characters. I was really looking forward to it, just to hear that it's not very good at all. That's where I'm like, okay, I kind of want to back away from this because I was looking forward to something, and it wasn't finished off because that's where it comes to. It was unmade. It was on made the part 2 of Allegiance, or any like conclusion to the film. And yeah, they didn't have a conclusion at all, and they were supposed to do a part 2. They never did it. Probably would have been a good idea to do it around the time of part 1, or even film them around the same time. I don't really know much of what happened with that production. I believe that was in talks, or they were going to get it back in track and stuff like that, but everything kind of fell apart and all of that. And would you have been interested to see more with you know, obviously you haven't seen the second movie, but genuinely, if you knew that it ends with a conclusion that's very kind of Return of the Jedi or one of those sort of things,
it's conclusive.
Would you have been more interested to finish it off?
Yeah, no, definitely. That's like one of the reasons like I didn't really go further with the films like after the first one, just because like I knew it wasn't gonna like end, and I just thought like, may as well just like leave it at the first one then.
Yeah, now the first one is pretty conclusive. Like, you don't really need much after that. And, you know, you can enjoy it as, like, that movie. And it is a very, very good film. And I really enjoy things in it. Like, the second movie is okay. It's just, it is what it is. But I'm saddened by how the third one came out. So I have kind of avoided it. So, yeah. Okay, the final one. The final countdown. You mentioned, the Ingango animated movie. Imagi, yes. They did a film called Cattail, right? It was supposed to come out in 2009, I believe. And basically, they had a lot done for this film. A lot. They had scripts, reworked, all of that. They had a full cast, all voice recorded, all of their lines. They had the full thing done. They had Sean Astin, who played Samwise Gamgee. They had Billy Idol. They had Catherine O'Hara. They had a lot of people, Stanley Tucci, attached. And the whole thing was cancelled. I'm not really sure why. It was because Imagi animated thing, Astro Boy didn't do very well, which is really sad. I really enjoyed Astro Boy.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah, it didn't do very well and was completely cancelled. They cancelled Cattail. I keep wanting to say Top Cat, the movie. I don't know why. Yeah. I wish that was cancelled. God. But yeah, no, it was there's a full trailer online in HD that someone has. They actually won a sort of an auction thing, or like some sale, like different voice recordings, different script rewrites, and all of these different things to do with this film. And he basically said in the description of the video of the trailer that he knows that it probably wouldn't have been the best animated film, but it's just a shame that they put in all of this work and all of this time and all this production, all of this sort of thing, just to have the movie not be released. And if you look at the trailer, like, it wasn't finished necessarily.
No,
but
you show me, but like even then, for an unfinished trailer, like it still looks okay.
It looks better than Sir Millie or one of those fucking things.
Like, I mean, like, I don't know, I feel like even in its unfinished state, like you could have gotten away definitely like releasing that as like kind of a straight to TV movie
or straight to streaming movie anyway.
Yeah, well, for the modern equivalent,
yeah. No, it's it's just a shame with some movies like that. They just kind of fall under a certain radar and stuff like that, and don't get finished and stuff. But it's a shame with all of these films and all of these things. You know, people think that it's going to get a big franchise. Finally, actually, to mention, you know, the iconic film with John Travolta, a sci-fi movie,
Battlefield Earth?
Yes.
Oh, I am familiar.
So they wanted a franchise, they wanted an animated series, and they wanted like a huge thing. They wanted everything with this. They wanted to go all out. They wanted this to be Star Wars. I'll tell you, boy, right? And people saw this piece of shit in front of them on the big screen. The only ones that liked it are fucking George Lucas and Quentin Tarantino for some odd reason. I don't know why.
That's weird.
I don't know why. And Forrest Whitaker was attached. He's probably the only good thing in the movie, to be honest. And I don't think he was impressed, but he was attached to come back for the sequel. I believe John Travolta actually believes this is like a misunderstood thing. And like, he's like, yeah, you know what? I'll play this character again. You know what? I'm gonna do this again. I want to do it again. Like, put this character in anything. I'll do it. When I read that, I had the imagination of, like, you know, one of those scary movie, epic movies, piano movie, guitar movie, just to have him in it what's it called, a sci-fi movie?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, like a sexy cosplayer like Paris Hilton as Leia, and then you have John in like the big dreadlocks or something, and you probably have like I know that Thade from like Planet of the Apes with like a big cock or something stupid like that on the poster for sci-fi movie.
You have a vivid imagination.
These are the type of movies that they make. You know when you watch. Anyway, I see enough of that shit. Anyway, with Battlefield Earth, just to let you know, it is terrible. It is like someone left the set of Planet of the Apes, right? And they were like, oh, you can have the camera, you can have all this, bye. And then the camera somehow got locked on its side. Yeah. And like they couldn't get it to like turn over. So they were like, let's film.
I can only hope in the plans for this sequel in this animated series, they would have at least kept like the camera being like at a tilt. That's the most iconic thing about it at this point. The tilted camera angles.
Just not even the tilted camera, but every scene ends with. Yeah. Anyway,
I would have honestly I would have wanted to see that just 'cause, like I'm sure all of it would have been terrible, but like I wanted to see that just 'cause, like it would have been like so terrible.
Yeah. It was that was their plans for more stuff like that, and it's a shame with most of all of these movies though that kind of got canceled, except for that one. All the good ones like the franchises that people were into, like Treasure Planet or work that was already done and people were excited to get a part of this and. Actors are cast and it's ready to go. Let's go. Let's do this. People are gonna love this. People are excited, and then execs are like, no. Yeah, especially with animation because that takes hours.
Hours, yeah. I can only hope.
Yeah.
The people working on were paid at least for their work.
Yeah. Well, it's weird about hoaxes as well. Hoaxes with like fake movies being made, with that April Fool's joke from IGN.
Yeah.
There was also that other one with Dundee. Do you remember that?
Dundee, like Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah. So I don't know if you noticed, before they made a Dundee trailer, it was a Super Bowl thing, but it was starring Danny McBride as Dundee's son. And Chris Hemsworth was attached as well, and Margot Robbie, Isla Fisher, loads of other Australian people, right? And they had a trailer for it. And people weren't impressed actually because they thought, no way is Danny McBride the son or whatever of Dundee.
So would he have been doing an Australian accent in the movie?
I believe so. Yeah, no, there's an actual trailer for it, and it's like made in this actual film style, so people thought it was a real movie.
Oh my God. Fuck it, I want to see that.
Yeah.
I want to see that like as an actual movie.
Yeah, no, you can watch the trailer right now. I think there's an extended one. There's definitely one with more Chris Hemsworth and Margot Robbie in there. It's very odd, but just stuff like that, like hoaxes. It's very interesting, especially on like an April Fool's. Sort of thing with like Link and stuff like that. I know they were
it might have also been IGN that did this for one April Fool's. They released like a fake trailer for like an AMC like series based on like Grand Theft Auto.
Oh,
and
really?
It was actually pretty well made, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it was an April Fool's joke, so
yeah. I don't know if this was April Fool's, but there was that Bambi trailer with Dwayne Johnson
on SNL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was brilliant.
That was.
Yeah. So any final thoughts on May films?
Well, I guess to finish off, I would like to pose a question to you. If you could take any one of these unmade films and actually have them be finished, which one would you pick?
That's a really, really good question. And not just for you, but for Sean as well. What would you pick out of all the movies we discussed?
See, like, I think I'd probably pick The Amazing Spider-Man 3.
Oh, that's a very, very interesting choice.
Yeah, just because, like, I feel like, given the note The Amazing Spider-Man 2 left out on, like, that's kind of the one that, like, quote-unquote, like, needs to be made the most.
Yeah,
Like, it
that's
feels,
true.
like, unfinished.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, even with, like, No Way Home and everything, like I said, like, with Spider-Man 3, like, Spider-Man 3 doesn't really feel like a conclusion, but, like, even then, like, the No Way Home stuff from, like, Tobey Maguire, like he's coming up and he's, like, telling me, like, how he's, like, doing stuff. And he's, like, he worked out his marriage and everything, and it's, like, you know, if I never got to see Tobey Maguire Spider-Man again, like, that feels like a nice note to leave out on, but, like, even then, they still, like, they definitely, like, hint that there's, like, more, like, character development to be done for Andrew.
Yeah.
So, like, I think, like, yeah, that's the one I think, like...
Yeah. Hopefully they have the line that they actually do it. Because
yeah.
they own the rights now, so hopefully we get that.
I think, like, yeah, definitely think, like, if they're worried about, like, having a competing, like, Spider-Man film with, like, the MCU Spider-Man and, like, Into the Spider-Verse, like, they could do it as, like, a streaming service movie at least.
Yeah.
Like, I'd like a theatrical one, but, like, if they did that at least and then just, like, finished it off.
Yeah.
Like, put on a streaming service, so it's, again, like, lower risk, like, not as much, like, money going into the marketing, so, like...
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's a bit more of a niche idea, but yeah, if they did that, honestly, like, I'd be satisfied.
Yeah. My one would probably be Me and My Shadow, because...
Yeah, no, that's probably close second, I think.
Yeah, no, I was, like, struggling in between a lot of these. And I think Me and My Shadow, you know, a lot of these are, like, franchise movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think Me and My Shadow, because not only was it, like, a really, really kind of groundbreaking idea, it just would have been so unique. It would have been kind of DreamWorks' version of Inside Out, in a way.
I can see that.
Yeah, no, it would have been...
It was coming out before Inside Out as well, wasn't it? So, yeah,
it was probably, yeah, but, you know, I just think it would have been really, really incredible for, not just, you know, just that idea of talking to your shadow and stuff. I just find that so creative, and, like, everything about that is, like, so incredible, and, like, the mix of 2D and 3D, it would have been, like, really groundbreaking and stuff. So yeah, we'll leave it off at that. Hope you enjoyed this podcast, and yeah.
Woo!
The Funky Podcast. The Funky Podcast. The Funky Podcast. Doing a podcast. The Funky Podcast. Woo! The Funky Podcast.
Yeah.
The Funky Podcast.
Let's go.
Goodbye.
Ciao.
Hopefully that works. Anyway.
Hopefully it did.
That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed
It was
that.
a lot of fun.